Hi everybody, my name is Jan Gustafsson and welcome to a new episode of Banter Blitz. And what's this site called now? I don't know. Let's do it anyway. Challenge me to lovely Blitz games on where is this? new.chess24.com. My username is Tupac Shakur. It's spelled as you pronounce it. So I'm sure you'll track me down. And if not, I'll just talk here idly for an hour and a half. What's not to like? Are we live? Is there anybody out there? Is it still online? I don't know. I'll just tell you about my life. I went to India, to Chennai, to the Chess Olympiad. Was a fun experience. I was the coach of the German team. Unfortunately, we lost in the last round to India 2, the team with Gukesh, Sarin, Pragnanda. Therefore, disappointing finish for the Germans. After that, what did I do? I can't remember what I did yesterday. Oh yeah, I went to Magdeburg, to the German chess championships. Obviously not to play, I'm way too old and washed up. But I visited, watched some great chess, met some people. Was a nice event. Felt like 1,000 chess players under one roof, battling it out in all kinds of confusing categories. Vincent Keimer just won the top group, the German Masters. Seems to be good at chess. Hot take. Congratulations to him. Other than that, what's going on? I don't even know. I'm doing my silly German streams on Twitch, Janistan TV. Still going strong. The Chicken Chess Club podcast is out there. And yeah, I was just at the gym and I saw the news. Probably you guys know more than me already, but I saw an email that the Play Magnus group and chesscom are teaming up. Give me all the details, chat. I'm not being facetious. This is pretty much all I know, and I just got the memo while lifting weights. So that's where we're at. I think in the meantime, would be good if someone could figure out to challenge me on good old Chess24. I'm not sure. Do they still have mods here? Is Danny Ranch around to give the link? I have no idea how it works. But my username, as we know, is Tupac Shakur. Here, this is me. I'm very strong in spite of the crappy bullet rating. So challenge me for a fun game against a very handsome grandmaster. That's the plan. I think you have to go premium or be premium to do that. I don't even know. I'll play anybody. But you can get 40% off with the code Janistan at checkout. So do that. That's pretty much all that I've got. I'm wondering what else there is happening. But I think that's pretty much it. SA17 saying I did challenge. Not shown here. No incoming challenges. It did not income. Drama. Is there a problem with the play zone? That's very hard to believe. Yup is here. Yup always finds a way to challenge. What I do is I click on invite to play. Then I look for Chessel? I don't look for Chessel. How did Chessel end up being here? XSplit? This is very confusing. Let's try this again. Here we are. Who uses XSplit? Then I look for my username, Tupac Shakur. The problem is, since it's me I'm not being shown myself, but I'm sure you'll find the real deal. And then I challenge him. There you go. How do you get to the new site to challenge you? I think you go to chess24.com and you click on play and it will take you there. Sometimes it will ask for extra, another login, you use the email address, it's the same thingy, like in chess24. But I've had trouble with the username sometimes, so I've used the email, which seemed to work. And it looks like we have a challenger. This is exciting. You guys remember the 2010s when people would complain that they had to wait for too many shows to get a game? Me neither. Here we are. We're playing the Queen's Gambit, like Beth Harmon. And we'll hope for the best against Pepter. He plays the slough. Okay, I'll bring the knight out, knight to f6, and I'll cover this pawn. Knight f3, arguably a more principled move. But this now transposes to the lovely opening that we know as the semi-slough. With bishop to d6, white can instantly grab space in the center. Play pawn to e4. Exchange some stuff here. And this is supposed to be somewhat better for white, last time I checked. Usually people play knight f6, but then after bishop c2, queen d3, and potentially bishop g5, I'll be in time to ask somewhat unpleasant questions. Wondering how to start, but I think I'll start with queen d3. Could certainly make a case for bishop g5 as well. He goes g6 deliberately. It's a bit of a weakening. I'll ask where this knight is intending to go. Bishop h6 was also tempting. But the knight goes to the rim. Is that any good? I guess we'll find out. Not sure if I should have played g3 to stop this knight from jumping further, but it doesn't look like it has a lot of support there on f4, so I don't mind the jump too much. b6, I guess it could be time to start some more direct operations. Does this work? c5, takes, bishop takes, queen c3, bishop back, and I don't have a direct breakthrough yet. It's a great pity, but it feels like the right way to go. Maybe I'll do the next move. The usual. I don't see anything, so I'll just give a pawn and hope for the best strategy. Has never backfired in the history of chess. Maybe he will believe me. Should I go here? Then rook d8, queen c3, bishop f8. Still nothing tangible, if we're being honest. So 95. I'm really just guessing here. Hoping that after f6 I'll be able to do something. But it's very much guesswork at this point. It's tempting to go bishop h6, but then the rook could have gone to d8. And if I start with queen c3 after bishop e7, I also didn't see a follow-up. So I'm trying to add the horsey to the mix. In an ideal world, I'd be able to go queen c3, rook d7, maybe some knight g4. But as I mentioned, it's very much guesswork. Is your audio perhaps a bit soft? I don't know what that means. How do you get your audio harder? Do you want me to pump up the volume? Is that what you're saying? I could get closer to the microphone, but then I'd have to move, which sounds exhausting, frankly. So here we are. My position has improved. I got the pawn back, and I'm even making some vague attacking gestures. Queen f4, so aggressive. Okay, let's make a Luft, take it from there. More aggression. What have I done to warrant all these horribly aggressive moves? Time to panic. Always a good idea. Exchange the queens. But yeah, I left a little something on the table there for sure. Then again, if you guys are familiar with my chess style, it's heavily based on playing much weaker opponents, making very random moves, and then winning on time in the end. So I shall pursue that very strategy yet again. See? It's magic. So we need more volume. I can probably do something about that. There's a question. Any talk about the future of the site? I don't have the slightest idea. I saw the news like 2 hours ago. And yeah, I have no idea what's going on. But I'm sure there's a lot of excitement. I'm sure there's a together we are stronger angle out there. I have no clue what's happening. I don't even know how to pump up the volume, let's be honest here, after 10 years as a pro streamer. Maybe it's connected to sound. Alright, did we acquire more challenges? Here we are. Tobias TV. SA17 saying, what happened to the season finale of Opening Clinic with Jan? Let's do that. That has to get out there. I'll do it tomorrow. Did I promise that 3 months ago in the last Banter Blitz? Probably. But tomorrow, I'll really do it. There's one missing. So hard to keep track. It's a big question who's directing the finale. Bishop g2, can you do that? Can I take here? cd5 is what everybody does. After which you can still go knight f6 and transpose to common lines. Who do we want for the season finale? I think my very physical yet philosophical style needs a director well versed both in action and in drama. So who could we find? I'm thinking like Denis Villeneuve maybe, Corey Fukunaga. Those are the first names coming to mind for this season finale of Jan's Opening Clinic. Another name that's been on my mind is Nathan Fielder. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nathan Fielder. He has this very weird new show, The Rehearsal, and it broke my brain. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I like it or hate it. I think I like it. But it's too smart for me. Give me dumb stuff. Nathan, please. Nathan, for you I could more or less follow. But The Rehearsal completely messed me up. Maya Joe, I haven't really been very involved with stuff concerning decisions in the Play Magnus group or Chess24 for quite a long time now. So I was as surprised by anybody, but I can't say that it's affecting my life as of now, or that, yeah, I have any idea where this is going at all. But I'm curious about the future. How do you play this? F5, bishop f6? I'm always a bit scared to play f5 here, because obviously it weakens our dear friend on e5. But I guess makes some sense. David Cronenberg? Nah. Isn't that the guy who did The Fly? David Cronenberg? He scares me too. He's like Nathan Fielder to me. Rowan the Fox saying, do you still listen to Comedy Bang Bang? Not very regularly, I have to admit. Occasionally. Whenever there's like Paul F. Tompkins and intern Gino making an appearance, I'll probably listen. But I can't say that I've, listened to every episode for quite a while now. I'm so out of touch with everything, Chess. Is that just chess chat? Is that just old age? Speaking of chess chat, is there anybody in the Twitch chat? Are we even on Twitch? What's going on? I'm very confused. Rowan the Fox in the same boat. Yeah, I don't think it dropped in quality or anything. But as you can also see from my less witty banter, I haven't been that much into comedy. As you can also see by me watching The Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder. Very disturbing. Recently, I'm listening to all these serious politics podcasts now instead of comedy. Old age. I don't even know who's in the first German Bundesliga in football. But I know all about the Gasumlage. Not on Twitch. Yeah, that's how it looks to me as well. Why not? Someone push the button, the restream button. How's the clock situation? I'm making random moves. I'm probably slightly worse, but I'm trying to win on time. You know the strategy. I guess d4 looks critical now. Can I take? He goes knight d2. I should probably push. Try to keep this bishop somewhat locked in. Maybe fish for some action here. I don't know what Magnus was listening to while playing his Champions Chess Tour. Maybe he's listening to Comedy Bang Bang. Do we go forward or backwards? You know my natural instinct. But sometimes in life, you have to be brave. Put the queen in the line of fire. Not sure that's very good life advice. Will you challenge Danny Ranch to a blitz match? Settle the score. That sounds like an excellent idea. Although I'm not sure I'm the correct counterpart for Danny Ranch these days. I guess. Who's the face of this operation now? Is it Lako Boy? He's maybe too strong for poor Danny. You think I could beat Danny Ranch? I don't know. He looks very strong, doesn't he? Do. What does he do? He does this What's this Greg Shahadi sport called again? See, I'm blanking on the most basic things. Not chess boxing. I'm doing well in this game. No checkmate. I guess not. Extremely random move. Merging the commentary. Oh yeah, that's a whole other topic to explore. How's that gonna play out? No flashy commentary, please. I'm too old for that. I don't know. I think of myself as very flashy. I could probably give mate in 2, but I would much prefer to win the queen. So it's a bit of a decision to make. Thank you for the game. Oh, are we on Twitch now? What's going on? Mexico, how are you? Ranch and Svidler and Lako. Sounds perfect. Hot yoga. That's exactly the sport I was looking for. Seriously. It's also old age. Why am I blanking on what's this called? The thing where people are lifting weights, but they made it a competition and they're also running around. Looks very tiresome. My gym politic is I don't want to sweat when I go there. I'll take like my 3-minute breaks between exercises. Anyway, thanks for the game. Tobias TV. MGDX is saying he's in the dark. So am I, MGDX. I saw the news 2 hours ago. Nakamura, Hess, Ranch versus Magnus, Jan, Svidler, Trent. So Ranch gets to play Trent? Last Banter Blitz, end of an era. I have no idea. Is it the last? I haven't been doing them very regularly recently, but what's not to like about talking to you people every now and then? No Twitch feed either today. I don't know. Is it on Twitch now? I'm so confused. Also, is this theory? There was some key bishop d7 move somewhere, but I can never recall where. Is it here? There's some forcing line that works for black. But as usual, you people and your fancy chessable courses, you're ruining the game. Back in the days, you would play at 1700 and you would take all his pieces. Now, they make 15 computer moves and then you take all their pieces. It's really changed. Queen b3. See? He knows his stuff. What am I supposed to do? Knight e4? There was some very direct solution to everything. But do I remember that? Yet. Knight e4, f3? Is that going anywhere? This feels wrong. As usual, I'll have to look up the correct answer. I know this line was a forced draw. Or force equality. Black knows some good moves. Maybe it's d4 here. Maybe it was d4. But my memory's bad. Jan's just going to have to form a new chess company and save us. What shall we call it? Chess 25? That is a catchy name. I know what to do here after knight c3. a3 strikes me as, what's the word? Slow. Might still be fine. Queen f6, he wants rook a2. Okay, let's find out. Queen b2. I don't really want to exchange queens. But is there a way around it? Queen g6 I could do, but f3. And I don't want to have to move my pieces backwards either. Chess is tough. You have to think about stuff all the time. I know what to do. Bring the bishop out. Feels wrong. Do you have any commentary gigs coming up? Yeah, I'm not sure if today's news are changing the landscape there. I was assuming I'd do Sinkfield Cup. When's that? Like September 2 till 11? So that was what I'd heard this morning, but yeah, I'm not sure if the blockbuster is gonna change anything there. But my best guess is I'll be doing Sinkfield. Maybe with our boy Kazim. But once again, all of this is probably old news. He could take here. And then grab my poor rook. The good news is this is a very, very tasty pawn. And I might have the last laugh. Don't checkmate me, sir. My king looks safe, doesn't it? Just in case I need it. I'll arrange for this bishop to come to help. Position looks pretty good now. Be a little careful about stalemates. Rook e6, last chance. Try to get rid of all the rooks and go for the stalemate. Bishop f1 was checkmate in 2. But it doesn't run away. Oof. A lot of drama. As mentioned, in the old days I used to be better prepared than 1700s. These times have changed. But sometimes I can still swindle them. Thanks for the game. SA17. You can see my very careful selection process there. By clicking on names and trying to remember if I played that name in this very session already. What can I tell you? It's hard. It's hard being washed up. SA17 learned this line in my series against d4. That's even worse. Using my own stuff against me, I can't remember anything. Oof. Yeah, I do recall this line. It was tricky and there was some forced way. But of course, do not recall what it is. I don't think it's what I gave in my series. There was some clever move somewhere. Some bishop d7. Brie. MGDX is saying, of course, Jan could make us all happy if he would stream his Twitch shows in English once a week or so. Yeah, I don't know. Like, mixing languages is always weird. Also, I'm somewhat more comfortable, believe it or not, speaking German when I'm hanging out there on Twitch doing nonsense. But maybe to reach more people, it would be wise to do it in English. For now, I'll stick with German, I guess. But once again, who knows what the future will bring. Where should I put my pawns? Is pawn to f4 asking too much from the position? It's weakening some squares. My instincts are more like f3, bishop e2. Yeah, I recall SA17 that I covered this in some black repertoire. Stop attacking my pieces, sir. There might be something direct for him, like c4 takes, rook c8, bishop d3. Maybe it's still fine for me, but I'm a little concerned. Now I can castle away, and I guess I should be alright. My name is Legion is saying, I watch Yanistan and Sonja Bloom on Twitch, and I don't know why. Yeah, I can relate when it comes to the ladder. I know nothing but Dame and Springer. That's plenty. Is there anybody on Twitch? Are we live there? I see some comments in the chat, but I have no idea if they can actually watch it. A4 to stop b5. I should probably focus on what Banter Blitz is all about. Explaining my chess moves. Bishop d7. Should I go a5? I never know if these a5, b5, ab structures are something to be desired or to be avoided. I guess it depends on what alternatives we have. e5 is typical, but takes f5, knight f4. Doesn't look great. I don't know what to do. The usual. Maybe it's time to lose all self-control. Give that pawn. I don't really know what I do after rook takes. It's high class chess. Bree, stop crushing me. I don't think there was any direct follow-up. So now, just a pawn down with lousy development. Trying to make the best of it. Back to back, getting outplayed here. It's a hard knock life. Got take here. It's scary because the horsey can jump. Here or here. Okay, I should try not to lose this game. After 93, I'll have to give the queen. And he does it. Bree too strong. What's the time control? It's 3+2. I can't even flank. Breathe in, breathe out. Is he threatening anything? Should I push my b-pawn? Is that asking for trouble? So many questions. Not the ideal square for the bishop. Just getting crushed. Stop crushing me, Bree. It's not fun. It's not nice. Oof, that's what I'm talking about. Bree saying misclick. Sorry, Bree. Great game. Oh, Twitch chat is waking up. I know literally nothing about the chesscom, Chess24 deal. I saw an email to, I guess, everyone in the Play Magnus group or whoever's on that mailing list 2 hours ago. And I saw there was something happening on Twitter. I haven't watched the video yet. There was some video with Danny Ranch and Magnus. So you guys probably know more than me. The big question, of course, is, does the code Yanistan work on all the chess sites? Looks like Row and the Fox is no longer around. So we'll play somebody else. As you don't have to challenge me 15 times. 6 till 8 weeks for the takeover of Play Magnus, they said, but did not mention Chess24. Now Chess24 is the group's darling, no? That sounds hard to believe. I heard they would change the code to Danistan. That would be heartbreaking. 40% off with the voucher code Danistan. Oof, that's mind-blowing. Bishop e7. What do you do here? You push the pawn, no? As usual, I'll be all prepared. In the old days, they told me that the, what's this called? Ayechin Shatar is a dangerous line. I don't know why though. Where does the horsey go? H3, F3? Now what? Knight c6. Looks fine for black. How do you put pressure here? The rook? Once again, Mariam Fatima, well better informed than me about any proceedings here. This is becoming a bit of a worrying pattern. Maybe I should shuffle my own horsey around. Monkey Donkey, address all complaints about my chessable e4, e5 course to Mr. Dodgy at, what's his email address? I guess twitter.com. What will happen to Banter Blitz? I don't have the slightest idea. Can't say I've been doing Banter Blitzes very regularly recently. But I know nothing. Guys, I'm not trying to avoid any questions here. I honestly know as much as you. I was surprised to read the news while in the gym 2 hours ago. I haven't had much to say on any levels in this operation for quite a while now. So I'm very curious what the future will bring. What I would like to know is if I still have admin rights on Chess24. I used to have those. Let me see. I'll just ban 42 is the answer, just as a check if I can still how big my powers are. 14 seconds is not as much as people think, is it? Do we get increment? Nope. This might be a bit of a struggle. But the great news is I can still ban people for criticizing me about not playing fast enough. So it's a mixed bag there. Now you take, after I pre-moved it 15 times. Very upsetting. Solid flagging job. Chad, your complaints about my e4, e5 courses, I'm not giving more random moves than the King's Gambit? It's -1. If that's what you have to complain about, then my course is still standing very well. You're missing 5 Queen e2 and 5 Bishop e2 in the King's Gambit, Knight f3, Knight f6, e5, Knight h5. Whoa. Switch on any engine and play one of the -1 lines it will spit out. That's just shocking, the things people care about. Like, there is some stuff missing, I'll admit. Like in the Bishop c4, Knight f6, Knight g5, this line Wesley played should have to be updated. But it's always so random. What? No, it's not random. But it's, yeah, very hard to adjust to what people will want information about or what I consider like relevant lines. You're missing the Perot? I have no idea what the Perot is. Outdated chessable courses, please email dannyranch@chess.com for complaints, or dodgy@twitter.com. I think those will be the two power brokers. At least that's my understanding. Thanks for the game, Mario and Fatima. I think we both played well. Let's play Monkey King. My name is Legion and saying, for me it's clear it's the best chessable course. Same here. It could require a bit of updating. Dodgy. Shall we update it? There were some practical issues with updating stuff, no? Like me not doing it was one, if I recall correctly. And there was also something not that easy. What's this line? Take and go knight bd7, was that it? It was you not doing it and also you not wanting to do it? That's not how I recall things. I think I said I should update the course. And then I was told, all right. But then I was told there's some issue. Like, you can't send me stuff or something. I can't recall anything. Let's discuss it on air, as the big professionals we are. Any news on the Magnus Chess 24 situation I missed? I don't know. Can I take the pawn? Should I call in? Oh, were we supposed to have a call about the future these days, Mr. Dodgy? I guess the future has changed now. Or has it? I'm so confused. If you guys don't know this, Mr. Dodgy has quietly worked his way up to being in charge of everything. Future changed so much. I know. Not only did we get a Chicken Chess Club episode today, there's also a Jan Banter Blitz. Those are both factually correct statements. I'm pawn up. Five. Okay, push here. I'll just make moves. Mr. Dodgy Chess. Only a matter of time until you rise the ranks of a chesscom streamer as a mod. Get accused of manipulating streamers and be hated by the entire community. Is that what the future has in store for Mr. Dodgy? I think you're underestimating his pure ambition. D4 is coming. Should I take? Knight f3? Was this the plan all along? I don't know what to do. The usual. You could argue that I could have played this better. You wouldn't even be wrong. Pawn Pusher is wondering if the premiership and his orange queen are now under threat. Seriously, I'm neither qualified nor able to answer any of these questions. I don't speak for any of the companies in the new group, the old group, the super group, nor do I have any information. I'm just as curious as you guys. Where it will all go. So, I don't know. But I'm sure we'll all be great. Can you not cover the muck, please? All right. Maybe even run against PH. What are we talking about? Oh, this is Dodgy? No, I think he's Team PH. They're weirdly in sync when it comes what people to what's the term? To watch closely. See how I expertly avoid it. Being sued by Mr. Dodgy. Can't handle that. I don't have the resources. We demand more transparency. Yeah. Peter. Can you get us some transparency there? I shouldn't make my king too transparent. It's getting a little transparent around here already. I'll just take the pawn. That looks like the main thing in the position. Seems like he disagrees. Exciting. Let's get some new queen at least. Hang on. Is this checkmate? I heard a sound that sounded like it was checkmate. Looks like it's checkmate soon as well. King d7, queen d5. Where can my poor king run? Queen c8, rook c4. Okay, let's try to make it all the way. Rook d5, also problems. Running. Rook c5. This looks rough. You want to draw, Monkey King? Shall we? I don't want to give him a draw, but I also don't want to lose. The usual problems. So I'll lose on time instead. Well, contemplating. Draw of ascent, but I did lose on time. Good game, Monkey King. Yeah, that was not ideal from my side. But he played a great game. Congratulations. Okay. Who shall we play next? What about this guy? This merger brings more transparency to the chess community. I'm all for it. Maybe the merger is just done to hire PH as a transparency advisor, because neither side could afford him on their own. I'm not sure if that's the official version, but it checks out to me. Meowie Babas is saying draw for with 0.5 seconds in a lost position. It's very ungentlemanly to refuse that indeed. And I will craft a strongly worded open letter. I'm not very focused on the chess. I should try to play one good game. Odds are it's not gonna be this one, but let's try at least. Rook here, put pressure. Good move. Queen here, try to exchange queens. Mission accomplished. Next step, don't blunder bishop f4, knight d3 stuff. But it's not threatening yet, is it? 93 directly. Okay, that's tough to spot for a player of my level. Okay, let's sacrifice the exchange. Let's call it that. Exchange sacrifice. And claim great compensation because of the active pieces and all that. C4 I didn't like. Just rook a5 looked good. Now I can actually pretend to have some stuff. Are you trying to checkmate me, sir? He's fighting very hard. I don't want to give up any pawns. It just breaks my heart too much. Never gonna give him up. Alright, you can have one. Although, I don't like it. That's more like it. Thanks for the game. Let's play Cispal. A lot of people showing up. I do appreciate it. I missed doing these Banter Blitzes. Sorry, I'm not very focused on the games and don't really have any insights on the big news of the day. But still good to see you guys. What's this line again? Bishop d3. I play some weird move like knight c2. Now you could grab the bishop or bring this bishop out. I always thought this looked a bit artificial, but I think Mr. Magnus himself has played this. Knight f3. That looks excessive. I'll take. That's too much, Cispal. Not sure about knight h5. I'll try to fight for some squares here. Any good documentary to recommend? I think it's still the same old stuff that I recommend. Like every 3 months, I do Banter Blitz. The Rescue is amazing. There's been the rescues about this cave accident in Thailand where this football team was trapped in the caves. And The Rescue is the documentary version, and it's better than the fictional version, which is called 13 Lives, directed by Ron Howard, which is also good. Not hating on 13 Lives here, but The Rescue is much better and also gives the characters, the real life people, I felt more depth and more room than 13 Lives did. But both are very, very recommendable. G1 can take more pawns. Nah, let's not be too greedy. Sri Shirov is saying, hello Jan, I got chance to meet you in Chennai. It was great experience to meet you. How was your experience in Chennai? I also had a great experience. I met a lot of people as well. Mainly on the way to the playing hall. And from the playing hall to the bus, because I own that. I was mostly in the hotel. But yeah, everyone that I met was so friendly and curious about chess that it was hard to be my usual misanthropic, cynical self. But I found ways. Yeah, it's been quite an experience. The Chess Olympiad, I think, was tremendously well organized, and the enthusiasm that everyone had for chess was amazing. And the downside was that obviously they didn't want to take any chances with anything going wrong. So that for me, I'm not sure if everybody had that experience, but for me, it was very hard to leave the hotel because I was informed in no uncertain terms at the entrance and in the lobby and at the other stop before the entrance that they didn't want me to just go anywhere by myself. I'm sure if I had any wishes that they would have been attended to, but I like to just go around, have a Coke in some random cafe, and that was tough to do. So my main experience, other than the playing hall and the hotel, hanging out with the team, was of course the Bermuda party, where it was nice to see everybody, because if you weren't in the same hotel, it was very tough to meet like other players and friends you've made or enemies you've made over the years. So that was only the Bermuda party for that. Other than that, I didn't really get to chat that much with people. So that was the downside. Also, we were in Hall 1, and I never saw Hall 2. Hard to believe with the way the Germans performed. But it was hard to see anything of the other 75% of the Olympiad, other than the Bermuda party, which was great fun. So yeah, it was a great experience, and the way it was organized, everything went very smoothly, and yeah, the excitement from all the volunteers in general for chess in India, which you could also see mainly driving with the bus, with the posters of this BoJack Horseman character every 10 meters was surreal. And although of course I'm a massive A-list celebrity, in my city in Hamburg, I get like approached once or twice a year. While there, it was hard to walk 5 meters without being asked for selfies, for signatures. People telling me, "Love your commentary," which I had my doubts about. But then sometimes I would say, "Love your games too," and I would know. Now they're definitely lying. But yeah, that was a mind-blowing experience. Magnus did have the pleasure of visiting Hall 2. I don't know, is that true? I think they played there. I think Luan was talking about it as well. No, but it was, since everybody was in their own little bubble in the hotel, other than the teams that stayed in our hotel, who was there? Portugal, Finland, Kazakhstan, Argentina, Iran. And it was very hard to see anybody, because obviously during the games you're not supposed to talk to anybody, also as the team captain. Although we found ways to chat a bit with my boys, Smates and Luki Boy and Suneberg and so on, the other captains. We would have our little chats here and there. But yeah, other than that, you didn't run into many familiar or unfamiliar faces outside of this one party we had. So this Olympiad feeling, maybe you could get it more as a spectator when you would see all the players arriving and you would meet between the halls. But yeah, that I didn't have so much, in a sense that, yeah, like getting to see all the different teams and getting to meet some people. But it was very much compensated, not only by the level of excitement and the level of organization. I should also say our hotel was amazing. Like, was a fantastic hotel. The food was absolutely amazing. I've never had food as good at a chess tournament, where usually if you have some buffet, at some point you get a little sick of it after like a week or so, even if it's fine. But here I was just excited to go to lunch and dinner every day. So it was all done on a very, very high level. And yeah, with that short notice, I think India, and especially all the volunteers, all the people involved, did an amazing job hosting the event. So overall, very positive. The two small downsides for me were, of course, the performance of the German team, where you could very much argue that, yeah, do better, you idiot, instead of complaining about it. That, of course, was a little sad. We would have liked to do better. And yeah, not getting to see so much of India, really, because I couldn't just stroll around and hang out in some random cafes. And also, since I think most players I knew were in a similar situation in different hotels, wasn't so easy to meet up. But yeah, overall it was still a great experience. All right, that was some Chess Olympiad talk. Let's play, what time is it? Let's play 2 more games. And then go check if there's any chess news out there. Hall 2 was like only players were there. For Hall 1, there was long queue for spectators. Yeah, okay, of course you would have the quote-unquote bigger names in Hall 1. But in Hall 1, for me, it's the other way around. It's most of the faces you sort of know or you've seen before. But to get this Olympic feeling, I think it's great fun to go into Hall 2, where you see a lot of the teams you don't typically see, and where really the Olympiad is the only event where you have teams from, I don't know how many were it, 190 countries participating. So I always enjoyed that, but I didn't dare to try to sneak out, because as the captain you can leave, but you can't come back into the Hall 1 then, and I didn't dare to take any chances, which also makes sense. Of course, you don't want the captains to get any outside information, but therefore I was never in Hall 2. Very sad. Surfing Van is saying, Jan, what's your FIDE rating? 2630 something. Well, I'm hanging on my piece here. 38, 39. I'm sure it shines through in my excellent play. Vanyaland snuck into Hall 1. We even talked for a moment, no, Vanyaland? Or is my memory letting me down? I think I recall that. Nice to meet you. Yeah, it was always a bit awkward. Even if you wanted to chat more with people, you can't really talk there in Hall 1. So I didn't do a lot of talking at the Olympiad. Am I losing all my pieces here? Could very much happen. I think it's time to offer some sacrifices to Kaisa. Was my first visit to India, yeah. Stop crushing me, Oops Kitty. It's not nice. Why am I getting crushed every game? Is it because of my lousy play? There must be. There must be a better explanation. He's thinking about queen b6, queen f2, rook e1. Now he's spotted. Ah, darn! Bishop f1. Not checkmate yet. So he will readjust, recapture eventually. But not without some begrudging thinking. This lucky idiot. I'm sure he didn't spot bishop f1, which is absolutely correct. Don't checkmate me. I can always blame the chat for the poor play. Yeah, I'm sure I've pulled that card. Surfing Van is saying, do you study openings? Not enough. Like, I do sometimes for other people, but I don't do it enough for myself. And I think it shows. It shows in my play. I might have like some detailed knowledge on some random stuff I checked for somebody once, but I don't like have a full repertoire or would am into details in lines that I haven't looked at for somebody else recently, which is, yeah, it's not ideal as a player, but I guess it's the circle of chess life that, yeah, I don't work very much on my own play here anymore. It somewhat shows. A lot of questions about Play Magnus Group and chesscom potential merger. As I've mentioned quite a few times on the show already, I saw the news 2 hours ago. I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about it. I didn't even hear mumbles or rumors or anything, which I guess goes to show the discretion of everybody involved, but also goes to show that I haven't been involved in any of these things for quite a while. I appreciate you guys thinking I was still yeah, in charge of or involved in any of these things. I really haven't been. As for the implications, I have no clue. My guess is that as good as yours. Like where commentary and shows and premium memberships and all that stuff will go, I guess we'll find out. How does it make you feel, though? Like, don't you hate them? Who? Chess.com? I honestly, I never spent much time there because I was, yeah, in the past obviously working for Chess24 and only playing here. Then on my stream I was also not playing on chesscom, so I don't know very much about the site, which you could also call unprofessional. But as for this rivalry, oh, he's Chess24, he's chesscom, I never cared. Like well, trying to, I don't know, make a living slash entertain slash do whatever in the chess world, and I would thought it would be silly to like draw battle lines, but depending on who works for chesscom, who works for chess24, who works for whomever. So no, I never had that. I just frankly don't know very much about chesscom. I've never played Title Tuesday or any of the events, so no clue. The great Danton, I'm a bit tired of repeating the same thing over and over. You can believe me or not. It's also not the first time I've told you this. Beginning of chess 25? I don't know. I have no idea where it's all gonna go. Quote is saying, "Hey Jan, would love to see the commentary duo of Danny Ranch and you someday." Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll be the first draft picked in any of these decisions. But once again, I don't know very much from what I've seen and heard about Danny Ranch. He's a fun guy with somewhat corny humor, which I don't know. Can't have that. Can't have that. I want the chess to be serious. I want the talk and analysis to be focused on the chess games. And like cheap jokes or attempt to distract from the action on the board, I will always condemn harshly. All right, let's play one last game. Who we got? Did I play Tobias TV? My memory is so terrible. Who of these guys did I play earlier today? Did I play this guy? No. All right, here we go. What did I do here? Let's bring the bishop out. Horsey? Blunted knight seems to be booked up. This is scary. What was this line again? Some sharp stuff with long castles and whatnot. CD. What am I supposed to do? Just 95? That's usually the answer. Not sure about this particular one, but it looks normal. Maybe queen a5 check directly. A3. Not that sure about bishop g4, but it looks logical enough to prepare rook c8. And maybe mildly annoyed. Queen isn't always so well placed on c2 here. After b4, I can just go 96. d3. Very ambitious. How bad can it be to triple his pawns? H7 shouldn't work, I would guess, but we'll find out. How do I do this? Not sure how good the position after g6 is. I guess it's fine. Maybe I should try to take this tempo. Queen f5, g6. Okay, you can still take queen h3, king g7, I think. Doesn't help white. So make some sense to bring the rook here first. Check. He has 3 pawns for the piece, but it's not the prettiest of pawns. So some care is needed, but I should be in good shape. I'm wondering if I have time for extravagant moves like d4. I guess I should probably try to attack something. Oh, I don't have time on the clock. Maybe I should focus on that. Okay, let's just play it safe. Any endgame should be winning. And if he allows me to take over these files, I should also be in good shape. He can't take and take on d5 because I have a bunch of checks. f5. Can we chase the king around a little bit? h3. Let's find out. And now you want the endgame, which is still winning. The question is this even better? Okay, why? Yeah, why make life more complicated than it needs to be? Not the scariest 4-pass pawns I've ever seen. Good thing about having the extra bishop is you have unlimited waiting moves in such a position. much harder to make without that bishop. The pawns keep dropping. It's like a Predator movie. Thank you for the game. The blundered knight will call it a day here. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Yeah, we'll see what the future brings. But it was fun to hang out a bit. Got quite a few challenges. See you guys again. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. Not sure what the logo is going to look like then. Been a pleasure. We have a lot of movies to talk about. But yeah, I understand everyone wants to have information on the news of the day. Unfortunately, I don't have any. I'm just as curious as you. Probably a little less curious, but I know as much as you. See you next time. Been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your